Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Anyị sị ka ụbọchị nketa mmanụ na anyị na mma. Anyị sị ka nke onye chiri ya zelu dịka o siri ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị sikwa wee na-ewetara nya bụ ozi unu je gị ugbu a n'ilu akwụkwọ gbasịta maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya andụ mkpụrụ ụwa na-azọ n'ala Igbo dịka o si dị dịka unu si anụ ka o si ada ya bụ ife ka anyị na-ewetara unu n'ilu akwụkwọ. Alright, n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nketa ya ji maka ya wee bịa bụ this is according to our home-based Biafran activist. Quote, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra to benefit from Donald Trump sanction of ICC. Ya bụ ife ka eji maka ya wee bịa dịka ihe atọ ntị na gị ya bụ ozi ana ya bụ ife nwanne anyị nwoke wetara anyị n'ilu akwụkwọ. Anyị ga-esi ya bụ ife drọpụla anyị fiche n'ụdị nke gị gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile ịnụgasị okwu n'ilu akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. Ọ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa na onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo ga-atọ ntị na wee gee ya bụ ife. Alright, over to you, sir.
Mr. Rafubechi, let us look at this Trump sanctioning ICC. Remember that ICC the other time went against Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel. And this did not happen until the conflict in Gaza. And these are God people talking. And by extension, we understand the relationship between Israel and Biafra. Do you think the issue involving Nnamdi Kanu recently could equally make Trump perhaps to intervene to compel ICC to do the needful in respect of some
peradventure, we've actually seen lobbyists, many lobbyists, Nnamdi Kanu's lobbyists in this current administration of Donald Trump. They are there, in the Congress. They are there, Department of Department of Judiciary. I mean, the Attorney General of the Federation of U.S. is Mr. Geniwani Guns. The guy is a lobbyist to Nnamdi Kanu too. So what I'm trying to say is that Trump is having issue of Biafra at mind, not presently. In the past, I always quote it on social media that since 2016, 16 to 2020 is 4 years, and Trump was about coming second time tenure. That was his second coming. Nnamdi Kanu helped Trump campaign. He actually invited the whole American Igbos into the campaign train of Donald Trump. He was the leader. And that was the right time Nnamdi Kanu was about having meeting with Donald Trump one-on-one. But do you know what happened? The GOP, it was the GOP, I mean American cabals during Donald Trump regime. The name they gave them is GOP, G-O-P. It was the GOP that was the GOPs that were standing between Nnamdi Kanu and the Trump. Trump was looking direct at Kanu, but Kanu wouldn't come because the bridge between Nnamdi Kanu and the Trump then was the GOP. But when it was the right time to meet Trump, something unusual, something extraordinary actually ensued. You know what? Trump was prevented from coming second time in 2020. When it was obvious that the Chinese, developed this virus that actually annihilated the whole world 4 years ago. That was COVID-19. They used it against Trump because it was Trump administration in 2019 and the Americans were dying in their large number of COVID-19. And actually, Trump understands the game played by Bill Gates, United Nations, and the WHO under United Nations. And Trump was very, very annoyed with China. Trump was very, very annoyed with United Nations and WHO that they are the one that injected that virus into the atmosphere of the earth to begin to kill people just for their own selfish gain. And that was actually how Trump was, booted out of office, of White House, in 2020 election. So Trump failed. He could not fulfill the purposes. Yes, the point, the aim of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, at least being among his campaign train. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu convinced all the blacks, if not the Igbos, in the United States to fill the gap of their nationality on the form Biafra. That they are Biafra, that they are supporting Donald Trump. And Donald Trump was almost sensitized, informed by this GOP that look at this young man, a freedom fighter, the spring leader of IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, is giving you all the support he has by allowing all his kinsmen in America and in diaspora to support you. Trump bought into it and promised the Igbos that if he won the election of 2020, he would at least give the Igbos Biafra. But look at how fate played it on us. By the reason of electoral process, Trump could not make it. The process benefit was on the side of Joe Biden after asking electoral college. So what happened was that Igbos and Kanu, the IPOB, Biafra agitators, were very, very unlucky 4 years ago. And we begin to see what is playing out at the court. That Binta Nyako is being used, bullied by federal government of Nigeria to thwart justice. Yes, not to favor the man. The right man that has won that case 2 years ago, last year, and so on and so forth, at the court of law. And today, court has been denied of the instructions they give to an accused. Yes, federal government is committing court contempt. They don't allow Nnamdi Kanu at least to go free, though the court has set him free.
Okay, now let us go to this area because currently we understand that the Fulanis are fighting from all angles to do a stage back to Aso Rock. We have seen the lives of Erufai fighting vigorously. We have seen they were coming from Kwankwansu, of another Fulani man, fighting vigorously. We have seen they were coming from Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, another Fulani man, fighting. So it won't look like a coordinated attempt to regain power. The Fulani are fighting from up front. Do you think the Fulani can come back to Aso Rock on 2027?
Yeah. I can see it, telling it, on all angles, all Nigerians, north, south, east, west, south, that nobody, no political dynasty, no man, no woman born of woman womb in this contraption called Nigeria will ever allow a Fulani man to be at Aso Rock again. You know why? There is fear. An untold fear. Yes.
But let me tell you something.
See,
okay.
Fulani phobia is it. We have phobia. Hausa man has phobia. Igbo man has phobia. Yoruba man has phobia. Other ethnicities have phobia of Fulani. Fulani phobia. See, Buhari went there and actually made himself clear to the whole Nigerians that is a Fulani. And that they have virtually taken over the whole political appointments in his regime. That they are Fulani, they are #1 citizen here, that they are in charge. That's why he invited this idea of colonization, Fulani colonization, called Rugalizing of Nigeria was on a serious quest in the past. The quest to rugalize Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari was at the helm of that. Because he was the head of state, head of the government there. And he worked day and night, tooth and nail, round the clock, to make sure that Nigerians embrace rugalization. A situation whereby Fulani will be everywhere in Nigeria. And you know what will happen in the next 100 years? They will breed like pig. They litter children like pig. They will breed like chicken. They litter children stay like pig, watong in the bush.
I wanted to bring this.
And had even Nigerians bought into rugalization process or idea, let me tell you, by the time a century or more, the whole tribe in Nigeria will be annihilated. Fulani will take over everywhere. So I like and thank God for the kind of spirit he has given us. That's why we detest it, we renounce rugalization, we denounce it, and we will never ever accept Fulanization or rugalization in Nigeria. Because the Fulanis, they are invaders, they are strangers that migrated from far away Futajello Highland, Senegambia, into this country, and they are oppressing every tribe in this country. That's why you see what is going on today. Binta Nyako bullied Nnamdi Kanu. Federal government used Binta. After bullying Binta, Binta continued from where federal government stopped bullying Nnamdi Kanu. And then Nnamdi Kanu is at the receiving end. Kanu would have been set free
Okay, now let me bring this angle because currently even Tinubu himself is awakening the consciousness of the Middle Belt. And Middle Belt themselves are already seeing themselves as the major power bloc in the north.
He gave them university the other day.
He gave them university,
yeah,
and he gave them the secretary to federal government.
Yeah, that's good.
Of course, currently they are saying
George Akume.
Yes, they are saying count us out of north. And people are saying come 2027 that the Middle Belt, the southeast, southwest, and some other places I played too.
They'll be against the Fulani.
We put forces together against Fulani.
Yes.
How do you see it?
Yeah, it's a good coalition. It's a nice, astounding one. Astounding, one. Big surprise that we are going to, spring up this time around against the Fulani, hegemony. We suffered and suffered, excruciating suffering, under the tutelage of the Fulani people in this country. So the Mid-Belt, the awakening up core of the Mid-Belt, and they have embraced it since the official position, given to them by the current administration is highly, overwhelmingly welcome by the people of that region and by us in the southeast, southwest, and so on and so forth. So we are going to join forces together to make sure that the Fulani hegemony will clip their wings. They will never get their bearings. They won't get themselves again, or else Nigeria divide. I'm seeing division coming in 2027 because no matter how Fulani play game, no matter how Tinubu himself at least dodge the needful, what he should have done, if he mingle with the Fulanis again and win an election, I think that will be the final of Nigeria, because the outside, the Fulani themselves, they could not bear that pain for 4 years. They have stepped into this administration, and it's going to last for 4 years. So come next 4, which is 2027, I think everybody should decide whether Nigeria should be one or, divided. That is it. And when we pull forces together with Yoruba, Mid-Belt, South-South, Deltans, all of us in the southeast.
Southern Kaduna,
yes, they are with us. Southern Kaduna, they are Mid-Belt. Yes, and the Adamawa. We are going to push out Fulani. Fulani, they will never get themselves again. See, allow them to be running their mouth. Haven't you been seeing what Sheikh Gumi, what is coming out from his mouth? He talks trash, and we are going to put them on check. We are making sure that we curb the Fulani, political dynasty. They are spreading, all over Nigeria. We are going to cut their tentacles.
Okay, now let me bring this angle, Mr. Arab.
We must.
Perhaps the last area we are touching. Now, we understand that the other time about 16 persons were reportedly killed by Fulanis in Ebonyi State.
Yes.
But as at the time we are discussing this, Ebonyi State government reportedly promised to spend about 500 million to sponsor people on Hajj. For 2025.
For 2025.
And these are got people talking. Do you think it's justified?
No, it is unjustifiable. It is unjustified. It can never even scale through, if you ask me, to become a Senate president or even a Speaker House of Rep, because I won't sanction it. See, let me tell you, it is the highest abominable acts in the recent time committed ever on the land of southeastern region. Your brother, your children, your fathers and mothers were pied by Fulani headers overnight.
So you're advising
and you are, no, it should not budget that money.
So you're advising
it should not vote that money for Hajj, 500 million. No, it is an abomination. We don't allow such in the land of East. We are not largely Muslims. We are not thinly Muslims. We are not as well thinly Muslims. We are all Christians in the southeastern Nigeria. If one will do that, the God of Abraham is the one that will ask him. Because if he budget that money for Hajj, how many numbers of Ebonyi people among the percentage of the people going for Hajj?
So
the people that are simply in that group going to Hajj are the Northerners. That's the Fulanis. Yes, Fulanis. They are mixed up with Ebonyi people. That's why they find it easy to, cause incursion. These incursions going on in the Enugu and Ebonyi is because Enugu allow Fulani, Ebonyi allow Fulani, and they are their next targets. They are very, very prone to Fulani incessant incursion because they live among them.
So
The
are you
vegetable
advising?
the worm eats. The vegetable must know that its house, it gives shelter to the worm that eats it.
Finally, are you advising the House of Assembly in Ebonyi State to reject that proposal?
The House of Assembly, not only in Ebonyi State, in Enugu State and Ebonyi State, to reject Fulani's, inclusion in the House. They should sack all of them. The communities in Enugu, the communities in Ebonyi State should sack all the Fulanis living with them. They should not even intermarry with the Fulanis because that is the worst incursion. They will use marriage. It is called sex evangelism. They will use sex evangelism to Islamize these northern Igbo regions. The Fulanis are like diarrhea. They are like cancer. Very cancerous tribe. Very incurable. They have now infiltrated every regions of this country. And as if care is not taken, because they have been given, because they have been allowed, they have now been seeking for allowance. I think it is the high time the whole tribes in Nigeria come together, unanimously agree on how to expel Fulani, total expulsion from Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr.
You're welcome.
ndị be anyị ngwadalụ linne nụ dịka unu si wee na-esoro anyị n'iru akwụkwọ gịnị ka ị nwere ikwu n'ụdị nke gị gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa na Eastern News 24 deela anyị n'aka na kọmentị ka anyị mara ebumnobi gị mara ife iche n'ụdị nke gị ka emesịa n'ụmụnne m